Rakai is going to be the biggest streamer in the world. I'm telling you, he's going to be the biggest streamer in the world.
So Cenat looked at a kid that basically nobody outside his stream knew and said he's going to be the biggest streamer in the world. Bigger than me. Bigger than anybody you think is big. He said that on camera at a time when Rakai's numbers were small enough that most people watching were probably laughing a little. Cenat, one of the most successful streamers alive, putting his name behind a teenager nobody had heard of. And then the numbers came. And Kai was right. And then the chaos came. And Kai was right about that too. Because the same man who made that prediction also, at a certain point, posted and then deleted something along the lines of, "I low-key regret putting Rakai on." Both things happened. The same eye saw both coming. And that's the whole story. 2 years ago, Rakai, real name Kuvan Rakai Linder, from Syracuse, New York, had been running a YouTube channel since he was 8 years old. Made his Twitch debut in December 2023. And for the whole stretch of his early run, he was essentially unknown. Not building slowly, not a hidden gem, just unknown. Small audience, no real moments, no reason for most people to know his name. He was 16 when the thing that changed everything happened. Late November 2024, Cenat's Mafia-thon 2 Subathon, and Rakai shows up and becomes almost overnight one of the most talked about people on the stream. Fans immediately started calling him Cenat's son, not literally, just the mentorship energy was that obvious, the big brother, the little brother. Kai reaching into his own audience and going, "This one," and the numbers responded instantly. By December 2024, Rakai was pulling over 21,000 concurrent viewers. Not growing toward that, jumping to it, off essentially nothing weeks earlier. And then at the end of a Mafia-thon, Kai gifted Rakai a chain, a 6-figure chain, on camera, in front of everyone. If you know what that means in this culture, and Kai's audience knows exactly what that means, that's not just a gift, that's a coronation. That's Kai saying, "You're one of us now, you're in. I'm putting my name behind you publicly and permanently, and this is what that looks like." You can't really top that as a cosign. And then during Mafia-thon 3, Kai's next major subathon around September 2025, he went further. He looked at the camera and said this.
Rakai is going to be the biggest streamer in the world. I'm telling you, he's going to be the biggest streamer in the world. But bro, before he does that and shit, nigga, I'm just trying to make sure he's on the right path in real life. I'm telling you, Gabe. He will. He's going to be bigger than me. I'm telling you. He's going to be bigger than anybody you may think is big.
Bigger than anybody you may think is big, from Cenat. The most followed streamer on Twitch said out loud on camera about a 16-year-old kid from Syracuse. Now, fans were divided on this. Some people heard that and said there's no way he touches Speed's level. That's a bold call, even by Kai's standards. And look, that debate is real and reasonable, but the prediction wasn't a throwaway. Kai put it on record. May 2025, Rakai attends the inaugural Streamer University at the University of Akron. And on the 26th of May, the day after the event, he hits an all-time peak of 233,463 concurrent viewers. That number, for a kid who 8 months earlier was unknown, that puts him in the conversation with people who have been doing this for years. The industry's own awards put his name up for Best Breakout Streamer that year. Not a fan vote, not a content farm clip account, the industry. On the numbers, Kai was completely right. And by 2026, this isn't just a Twitch story anymore. Rakai released a track called Turn Up through 5 Star Records in October 2025, alongside Plaque Max and Bunna B. It spread. He's sitting at nearly 3 million Twitch followers, over 2.5 million on TikTok, over 1.5 million on Instagram, over 100 million views across platforms total. The kid Kai put on is now headlining his own storylines. That's what being right looks like. But here's where Warned Us does double duty, because Kai didn't just call the come up, he also, at a certain point, posted something to his Instagram story and then deleted it. And what it said was, "I low-key regret putting Rakai on." That's the same man, same mentor, same person who handed over the 6-figure chain and said bigger than anybody you may think is big. And then, somewhere in the middle of watching what that fame turned into, posted that and then deleted it. Both things are true. And that's a more interesting story than just Kai saw a talent. The last day of Streamer University 2025 at the University of Akron, An on-campus gel blaster fight turns into a situation serious enough that Kai goes on stream and says he's headed to the hospital because a student got hurt. And Rakai, the kid Kai, called the next biggest streamer in the world, gets accused of being the person behind it, gets expelled from the program. Clips showed him pleading to stay while Kai enforced the rule. Think about that image for a second. Kai Cenat, who built this kid from nothing, who put the chain on his neck, who said bigger than anybody, standing there enforcing the decision to remove him. The mentor having to discipline the person he made. That's not a clean story. That's a prophecy that came true in both directions. And it's not just the one incident. Since the Mafiathon breakout, the list of things that have gone sideways has grown at a pace that's impressive, even for someone who's been doing this for years. Banned for texting while driving on stream, actually staring at his phone and nearly swerving off the road live. Accusations of racism over a whiteface Halloween costume that blew up across X and Reddit, and a 30-day ban for flashing NBA star LaMelo Ball's phone number on stream to an audience of thousands. That's more controversy in a little over a year than most creators generate in a career. And Rakai is 17. I'm not going to sit here and pile on a teenager because honestly, and this is a genuine thing to think about, the internet handed a massive platform to a kid, expected him to handle it like a grown adult, and then acted shocked when he didn't. The system that made him this famous this fast is at least partially responsible for what that looks like, but the pattern exists and Kai saw it coming. That's the warning. And then Streamer University 2026 comes around. Kai brings the event to Hendrix College in Conway, Arkansas. 120 streamers make it in, and Rakai, the biggest name to come out of SU1, the kid Kai called the future of streaming, doesn't make the list, doesn't get selected. His fellow Clover Boys member Ty Lil went on stream and said Rakai was in his blanket crying when he found out he didn't get picked. And then Kai brought him back anyway. Not as a student, as a returning alumnus, invited back to mix with the new class, the kid he had expelled from the last one. And Kai took real backlash for that invite because a lot of people looked at Rakai's track record and asked out loud why he was being let anywhere near the place again. And then at the event, it happened again. A streamer named Tatum Biddick poured water over Rakai's head, welcome to Streamer University, and Rakai answered by throwing hot sauce on her twice, in her face and on her body. She started it and he ended it in the exact way everybody who questioned the invite was afraid of, within days of walking back in. That's the whole relationship in one sequence. Kai warned us, Kai disciplined him, and then Kai vouched for him again anyway, took the criticism, brought him back, and Rakai proved the warning right one more time. That's not a mentor who was wrong about his guy. That's a mentor who was right about everything, including the parts he probably wishes he wasn't. And here's where it lands. Kai Cenat looked at a 16-year-old kid from Syracuse that nobody knew in November 2024 and said, this is going to be the biggest streamer in the world. And then he gave him a chain. And then he said it again on camera at Mafiathon 3. And then Rakai hit 233,000 concurrent viewers and got nominated for Best Breakout Streamer and released music and built an audience of millions across platforms. And Kai was right about all of that. And Kai also, somewhere in the middle of it, said he regretted putting him on. Posted it, then deleted it. Both things are true at the same time. That's what makes this more interesting than a highlight reel. Kai didn't just see a talent. He saw the whole thing, the ceiling and the chaos. He called it both ways, and the internet heard the hype and ignored the rest, which is kind of exactly what happened with Rakai too. Everyone heard the 233K and the chain and the cosign. Nobody listened to the part where Kai, the person who knew him best, quietly posted that it hadn't gone the way he hoped. He warned us. We just heard the part we wanted to hear. So here's what I want to know. Do you think Rakai still ends up where Kai predicted, or did the platform and the fame arrive too fast for someone that age to actually handle? Drop a comment, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.